that we create. Next slide, please. So one of the things that I want to confirm before I bring up our fabulous speakers tonight is that when you focus on design, you actually have what these folks, and this is a great infographic that will be available on our website. So I just love infographics. Who here loves infographics, right? We're here for design. We love the infographic. We're going to be posting this on our website. That design gives you actually an unfair advantage. If you're a startup or a well-seasoned company, you should be focusing on design. It gives you an advantage above, far beyond what, an extra round of fundraising can give, what technology can give, especially in today's day and age. Patents are a thing. That was the preferred thing. Now it's, look at your design. And we're actually starting to see venture capitalists, really, and investors focus on this as an element as well. Because what design gives you, really, next slide please, is, it gives you the power over your audience, the people, the product, and the profit. To do good design, you really need to start at the top. Design is no longer an element that waits until you're ready to go to market, and then you bring somebody in, and for a few dollars, they make it pretty. The most successful companies in the world are companies that have design-oriented CEOs. Think about Apple. Think about even Nike. All of these companies, they have hand-in-hand relationships with their chief designers. This is a huge and critical component of their business. As we're moving into this really highly complex world with robotics and wearables and multiple devices that we're expecting people to interact with our products with, all the more important that simple is always better. We can edge up and level up, as we say in the game industry, but always start simply. And one of the interesting things too that we see in today's transmedia world is that what we profess is structure over control. There was a time in development of branding where we wanted to control every single thing that we did. And now because of user-generated content and crowdsourcing and ownership of brands, we're really looking to empower our audiences to not only enjoy what we've designed for them, but to take some control of it. So for us, and I'm going to turn this over to Maya, she's going to say a few words about some of the things we do before we ask Marco to join us on stage. We always put the audience at the center of our equations, and we think about this on a daily basis, is how do we think about our audience?
And it's interesting for us to see, because we have such a diverse community, that there's still parts of our community that want to just put product first and forget about the audience. And we really, really believe that the audience needs to be thought of first. Who are they? How do we connect with them? How do we develop personas for them? For any project that we start, we think about the audience. Who's going to use it? Because then you have an intimate relationship and you're not designing for yourself. We really want to look at creating an empathic relationship with them. Our audience is our partner, but not only our partner, because we see a lot in user-generated content now, is that they not only are a partner, but they're a creator. And I think a lot of more ancient traditions of art even looked at how we connect to the audience, and I think we need to give them the kudos, because they're very, very intelligent and create projects and products that really utilize their understanding of this new world. So here's a little user journey that I created for one of our projects, and this is a story user journey. And before we even start writing the big script and really dive in, we created the world, and then we created how will that story interact with our audience in the simplest term. And the simplest term, if you see on the left, you'll see all the different social media channels we're going to be using, and how does a user interact with each one of them. So their journey from one story to the other, their interactions, and following them down the rabbit hole, letting them follow the story down the rabbit hole.
Okay, thank you. So what we wanted to communicate today was that, this is an important part of all transmedia productions and all media and future media products and projects. And one of the reasons that, when I was first talking with Marco about this, we wanted to focus on user experience, and we wanted to focus on the user design. And we know that, with user experience, user design, that, we can attract an audience of folks that are interested in this. And yet this market is getting so much bigger. And while we are all focused on keeping things simpler, thank you very much, Johnny Ives and Steve Jobs, for trying to keep things simpler for us. Things are getting more complex because there are all these new user interfaces that are constantly evolving, and I mentioned this already. So one of the things that we wanted to really kind of, just touch on and expand on, and what we're going to present to you tonight, are these various user interfaces. And so, we can take a look at augmented reality, perceptual computing and input, and Sidebox is actually here with us tonight. If anybody saw them, we'll have a little video on Sidebox, and the CEO, Jean-Noel, is here, and he'll give a little shout out for that. And we wanted to bring in some wearables, robotics folks, because everything will be connected, and everything is going to be about the experience. And so with that, thinking about that everything is going to be about the experience, I'd like to bring up our first speaker tonight, Marco. Marco